What is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. Listen, man, these past couple of days, weeks, I've been pouring my heart and soul into a project, man, and I just finished submitting it. I don't know what is gonna happen. I don't even know if it's gonna be accepted. But what I do know is that I have faith. I have faith that no matter what happens, it will be for the betterment of the future and for what is going to happen from here on out. But what I can say is, with all of that aside, the fact that even though I absolutely loved working on that, the fact that I'm done, the fact that I'm finished, means one thing. The fact that I have finished this very project means that I can sit right here in front of y'all, in front of this very camera, in front of this legendary Harayasuhisa, presented by Turnip Farmers Placenska. Legendary new chapter of Kingdom. Listen, man, there's certain days where you need to come on here and make a video. Today's one of those days, man. Thank you so much for allowing me to continue to do this, guys, man. I don't know what is about to go down, but I'm so thankful and grateful for the fact that I have all of you, man. You guys have no idea, yo. It's been a crazy January. But with February 1st, the end of one journey, and now the beginning of another, man. I'm telling you, I look forward to seeing what's gonna happen from here on out, man. It gets you a little nervous and excited because it's something brand new, but let's get right into the awesome sauce, man. Get right into the awesome sauce of Kingdom. Look at this cover. Enter Shin the Strategist. Chapter 546, Ground of Flames. And you just see Shin attempting to formulate a thought. You think Shin can actually think at times? I know that we always get onto Shin because he just goes out there and just does whatever he wants, man. He doesn't really think about it, but that's why we love him. We love him because he doesn't put any thought into things. He just does it. He is the epitome of just do it. You know, the Shia LaBeouf, just do it. That's Shin. Shin doesn't care. He doesn't even think. He just goes out there and just goes ham. But and if like, all kidding aside, if I really have to think back, Shin actually has put thought into certain things before. It's just not in the same way that we're used to seeing certain individuals handle their strategy. Shin, just like we saw in the last chapter, with his instinct, he's an instinctual general. Instinctual generals can still be geniuses. You know, just look at Dukyo. So I believe that Shin, even though he is the brute force type of dude who just goes into like swimwear, that by itself can also come apart with strategy. It just depends on the type of strategy that you want out of him. Because 10 strategies not going to be able to get him out of this. Shin's strategy is going to be the one that get him out of this. So it just always depends on the scenario, and that's one thing that I really do like about Kingdom. Charge! Crush the heads of these Western imbeciles! And here we go, and we see all of them coming right together. Got him! Hoo-ah! What? Go, Army HQ. Report from the Sekiko unit that set out to the right. Oh, that was fast. Have they already destroyed their target? That's Sekiko for you. No, they were meant to launch an attack on the enemy, but were flanked themselves. Sekiko himself has fallen, and the remaining half of his troops have somehow returned. What? Sekiko is dead, and he lost half of their men too? Report from the Shuko unit. Report from the Ryushun unit. They've driven back the target enemy infantry and have advanced further in to engage another group of infantry. Nothing less from the Shoko unit. They took the Chin out faster than expected. Good news from the Ryushun unit too, then. No, sir. In fact, going by the survivors who managed to make it back, the Ryushun unit was suddenly ambushed and surrounded by enemy cavalry and had close to their entire forces wiped out. What did you say? 2 losses right after another? It's just a coincidence. But we're talking about the Sekiko and Ryushun units here. Ryushun was nearly completely wiped out. Yo, and look at Yon coming right out there, man, all bearded out and all, just, yeah, going right into like swimwear. Look at his eyes. It feels different from before. So they've changed commanders? And for it to be the same and for it to be someone of the same type too. How interesting. Now, how far will you be able to keep up? Yo, he's like, bring on the challenge. You want to challenge me in my game? In the way that I play this? Bring it on. Like me back in the day, man, whenever, everybody always had that one game that you knew that you were just a beast at. I don't care who you are. You have at least one game that you know deep down in your heart. It doesn't, we're all human at the end of the day, man. We know what we're good at. We know what we're bad at. You know that there's that one game that you know you were a beast at. And when somebody challenged you at your own game and said, I'll take you out in that game, you took that as you took that as a threat. You took that as a declaration of war. Like, you know how much of a beast I am, and yet you dare to challenge me? Player 2? Isn't it coming to player 1's house and try to challenge me? Yeah. Get out of here, son. I like it. I like the way that Gion is reacting here because it's the way that someone would normally react. When you are known as one of the best at something, especially when it comes to this type being this type of general, being an instinctual dude, an instinctual strategy, to have someone of the same type now come in and try to challenge them, where they switch from 10 strategy to shins, that's calling them out. That's saying, we're coming for you, and you better be ready, son. And Gion's like, now how far will you be able to keep up? How far? How far? Highest unit HQ. The infantry are struggling against their enemy. Hold on, I need some water, man. The infantry are struggling against their enemy. Shoso's unit has taken heavy damage. Sosu's unit has also been caught by a flanking attack. They've now been split up and are unable to move for the movement. Ryusen's been caught and pincered between 2 enemies. They've taken a fair amount of losses. The Kakurai unit managed to take out their target, but was immediately ambushed by another enemy and forced to withdraw. Denmo has fallen in battle. Rinto has fallen. Oh, shut up. Shin's attempting to think, and they're just like, sir, this person has fallen. This person has fallen. She's like, just shut up, bro. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to formulate thoughts here. Get Hayado's infantry unit to immediately turn right and smash into the enemies ahead. But that's who do you use unit you're holding. He doesn't even know what unit he's holding. Classic Shin. Fine, who do you then? Now hurry. The enemy's gonna get away, but there's no enemy there. They're going to be moving into that position right now. Just shut up and tell them already. Yes, sir. It's even messier than I imagined. You should have thought about this. You should have thought about this, but believe in Shin. Believe in Shin, for he shall carry thee to victory. Under Shin's haphazard orders, some of our units just fold right over when engaged with the enemy. Get BA. How long are we going to play dead for, BA son? At least until these guys leave. They're playing dead, man. Bunch of trolls. On the other hand, good news, Sir Den. You took out his target. We also have those who succeed in their surprise attacks or interceptions in an overwhelming manner. Ora! Now that's more like it. The high unit ain't one to take punches and not fight back. That's a shoot. That is most certainly a shoot. Excuse me. Yo, Kill Guy. I was wondering, I was like, Kill Guy. Looks like Strategist Girl finally started up a proper fight, eh? Going by the reports, it seems like Shin's the one giving out the orders. But the fact that we're even able to chip away at the enemy means that this is a definite improvement over what I was doing. Haido's unit reports success too. After all, I was completely unable to read the Gion army's movements. You gotta think about the way that Ten is feeling here, man. Like, just presented that in a scenario to where you know that this is your role. This is what you do, and to be taken out of that role, and to basically be told that someone else is going to be taking over for right now, for the betterment of the team. You know, it takes a lot of having to swallow your pride and put it down. You know, I always reference basketball and going back to what D Wade had to do down in Miami whenever they brought in Braun and Chris Bosh, or even what Steph Curry had to do whenever they brought in KD and whatnot. Like, you have to swallow your pride to understand that it is for the betterment of the squad, that's for the betterment of the team, that it is all to achieve victory. Whenever you make a decision like that, to let go of the reins and to give it to somebody else. But the thing with Ten here is that what is she going to do now? Of course, she's going to stay with Shin and offer him some support. But even if, what can she offer? You know, everything has to come from Shin. Because, like she said, this isn't her strategies. They weren't working. So I wonder how Ten is going to take this. You know, I saw somebody say, I believe it was in the comments last week, that Ten's gonna, after this, she's gonna leave and go get some more training in strategy. I don't think she would. And the reason why I say that is because, I mean, if it happens, it would be pretty cool. I don't think it's gonna happen, because I think she understands deep down that in order to achieve victory, this is like one of those once in a lifetime type of things, to where she needs to allow Shin to hold the reins to the strategy in battle. That as a strategist, she needs to understand that this is the best strategy to go with. That maybe the best strategy is not hers. The best strategy is not the one that she's come up with. The best strategy, or the best possible. You know, as a strategist, she has to look at the entire board and say, okay, what will be the best case scenario? What will lead us to victory? And for her to leave it in Shin's hands by itself shows to me that she's a master strategist, because she understands that she can't do it, that it's not working for her. So she's just gonna rely on someone else in order to carry them to victory. And that by itself just, it leads me to have a lot of respect for Ten, man. In order to swallow your pride, and for something that you know that you love to do, that it's your forte, that's your role, and to allow somebody else to do it, man, I have a lot of respect for it. So is this what it's like when two instinctual types slug it out? The BK unit's been thinned out pretty bad, but they're still hanging on. Ignore them. Bad news from Garo, who set out to rush the enemy. After a large scope pursuit, his men have been scattered all over. Gakurai, who went to his aid, has also taken losses. So this time we're the ones who fell for his bait. Are Garo and Gakurai okay? They are fine, sir. No, rather than a selfless between these two, maybe it's accurate to say that Gyeong still has the upper hand. Gyeong has been doing this for much longer. This is Shin's, you know. Of course, he's been the way that he is forever, but he's never had to lead people in this type of manner. Like, he's always been a leader, but to actually lead them and to command them to do like the entire strategy for the battle, that is what Shin's gonna have to get used to. And once he has that, man, it's definitely Gyeong who's making the superior maneuvers. Captain, if we're the ones that are losing overall, then shouldn't we be using our reserve units located in the rear? I thought the same thing. Obviously, I did too. It's not that I don't want to use them, more like I can't. Gyeong's always been poking around to start a huge blaze, and when that time comes, we'll need to throw everything we have at it. But I still can't figure out what it is. Just where is that Gyeong bastard aiming for? Gyeong HQ. Let us begin. Have all of our men that have been on standby move to the front. Signal all the larger units in our center as well. Yo, he himself is going. They're ready. Chogaryu-sama, Gyeong has begun moving to start his fire. It would appear our neighboring battlefield shall reach its conclusion shortly. Flames. Oi, that's what over there. That's giving off crazy heat. Whose position is it? Or that should be Lieutenant N's position, sir. So I together all the nearby remnants into one spot, and doing all he can to hold his ground against the enemy. Do not fear, keep fighting! Victory lies with us! And Shin is shook. That's the spot! Deploy all our reserves and have them rush over there as fast as they can! So Shin is like, yo, that's where they're going, So now he's gonna send everyone into that location, because now it's time for Gyeong to show up, and Shin's like, yo, you want a piece of this, son? Let's handle this back now. All of them? Hurry, if Zhao is faster than us, then we'll be the ones who will have to fight that fire. What do you mean? There's no time, get going! Grab all the mid-sized units nearby as well. Kyokai, you take command of the reserves and go on ahead. I'll be right after you. Roger. And be careful out there, you hear me? They won't be holding anything back when they hit us. It's going to be the most brutal fight of the day. Yo, Kyokai's like, you don't even have to speak. She doesn't even have to speak. She's like, I got you, I got you, I got you. Roger. Heads off with the reserves. Look over there. The reserves are moving towards the right side. There's so many of them. Don't tell me all of them are heading for Lieutenant N? Exactly what Shin said. It's exactly what Shin said. They're all heading to that one location. What? Wait. Why did I make Kyokai go on ahead first? Why didn't I just go with her? What is it, Captain? What is it? What is it with this feeling of unease? Go, Shin. You know you want to go. You know you want to go. Is the blaze on the right side not the only one? Shin, what's wrong? I'm absolutely sure that there's going to be something breaking out at Ensan's spot on the right. What's going on? There's so many enemies. Sir, we've got incoming friendly reinforcements from the rear too. Good. It's do or die time, men. We must hold out until our help arrives. Defensive formations. Ignore the scattered remnants of the enemy. Our top priority is to get to Lieutenant N. Go all out. Kaiki, call in our core unit too. Kyokai's unit is gathering up. New orders, head to Lieutenant N's. Let's go. Finally, time for the main attraction. Look at Sugan, bro. Look, all the other units are making for Lieutenant N's position too. And the enemy will come for us after having gathered all their soldiers too. And that right there is where a great blaze will break out. One that will decide the winner and loser of this fight. But does that mean that there's still one other place that I'm missing? Another spot for a blaze to set off? Yo, Shin, it's in his mind. So that's what it was. 10, I'm taking the HQ's guard cavalry. Where are you? Where are you going, Shin? It's not the only one. There's one more place that will decide our victory or defeat. You guys follow me. One more place? So they aren't going towards N? I thought they were going to have like one massive battle towards where N is. That will decide victory or defeat? No. Wow, we're cutting right through the center. Captain, just what are we headed for? I was thinking wrong. It's not a place. It's more like an action. Due to the blaze that's about to explode on the right side, a narrow passage leading to the MHQ has appeared. What? Then do you mean we're going to charge right into the heart of their HQ? Into the heart of their HQ? It makes sense though, bro, because he's gonna catch them in the middle of going right there. Holy fuck. Something has dragged out his dad, no? The fact that I was able to see this means that he should have been able to see it too. Am I right or what? It's happening! He's here! He's here! Kingdom will be on break next week! The wonders of weekly serialization. Bro. I don't know. I expected them at least to get to the HQ for Shin to start going ham. And then for Gyon to come back, because I thought Gyon was already on the way to end. Nah. Gyon was there. He knew, he had a feeling. He knows the way. Look, bro, the way that Hara set that up was so gold. Because he just had you leading. He was like, yo, because at first, what I believed, or from what I was being led to believe, was that there was going to be this massive battle that's going to take place over where Lieutenant N is. But no, Shin said there's just one thing. There's one thing that's off here. And so it finally hit him. That there's that one little narrow passage in between all that. Right in the heart of it. Right in the heart of the HQ. And so he took the guard cavalry, just the guard cavalry, into enemy HQ. And then he proceeds to state, the fact that I was able to see this means that he should have been able to see it too. Am I right or what? Gyon. And there he is, bro. And we're gonna... What means when Kingdom comes back, we're gonna have Gyon and Shin. And then Kyokai, the reserve, Sugan, all the commanders, all in there like swimwear, ready to go in. Every single person of the Haishin unit that is over there in the main battle, where Lieutenant N is, they're gonna be going in like swimwear against a mass army. Cho'Garu is gonna show up over there too, right? That's what they said, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, let me see. because it's just Gyon that's here, I believe. Let me go. Gyon Arm HQ. Let me go. I gotta double check that, because if that's the case, yo, and Gyon HQ. Let us begin. Have all of our men that have been on standby move to the front. Let's all larger units in our center as well. Chogaryu-sama, Gyon has begun. Starting to move his fire. Repair, maybe battlefield. Okay. So he might be there. So is Chogaryu and Kyokai? But yo, and then but see, and then Shin, because he was just basing his entire thing off instincts. He was thinking to himself, he was like, I've never left Kyokai alone like that. Wait, why did I make Kyokai go on ahead first when I just go with her? Because he had that feeling of unease. That's the thing. That's the thing about this whole instinct stuff, man. He commands before he thinks, and when he actually thinks about what he just stated, he thinks and he says, why did I think like that? Why did I believe what I believed? And now he's with Chogaryu. And now he's with Gyon. Man, that's gonna be insane. Shin and Chogaryu. I keep saying Chogaryu. I don't know why I have him in my head. Shin and Gyon. That's gonna be flames, man. Kingdom's gonna be on break next week. But at the very least, whenever it comes back, we're gonna have some awesome sauce. Howard deserves a break, man. He's been going into like swim where he deserves a break. That's gonna be sick when it comes back, man. I mean, he's gonna be coming back full throttle whenever he does come back, man. But anyways, I hope you all have an awesome rest of a day. This was a really fun chapter, man. Really fun chapter. Greatness is about to go down. The setup for the rest of where this portion of this arc is going to go. Here with the battle between Shin and Gyon. This is about to be a lot of fun, man. This is about to be a lot of fun these next upcoming weeks. I do wonder what Hara is going to focus on whenever we go back, because we're obviously going to be switching back and forth between Shin and Gyon and seeing what's going on with Lieutenant N and Kyokai and the reserves and whatnot. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on Lieutenant N's side, because we know on Gyon and Shin's side it's going to be straight up. I mean, it's going to be a slobber knocker, man. They're going to have one amazing bout, and I cannot wait for it, bro. It's going to be a 5-star classic incoming, and it's going to be GOAT. But anyways, great sauce of a chapter. Really enjoyed it. We've been having non-stop fire chapters here with the High Shin Unit Awesome Sauce, and I'm looking forward to seeing what's about to take place from here on out. I will see y'all whenever we come back from break from the Kingdom Awesome Sauce, and let me know what you guys said about this chapter down below. Look forward to seeing what you all thought and what you all think about what's about to take to go, you know, what's about to take place. Gyon versus Shin hype, man. Gyon versus Shin hype. Yo, and he comes back. There's gonna be some awesome panels, dude. Some panels that I know I'm gonna have to save, man. Have an awesome day, and I'll see y'all next time.